Make sure everything's working. All right, audio sounds good. What's going on, guys? I know it's a little bit of a late Monday night live stream, but I'm back for the second, for the third really consecutive week. New York Giants rebuild, getting ready to start the 2025 season. And this is now Quinn Ewers' team. During the past offseason, we decided to trade Daniel Jones away. I believe we ended up trading him to, I think it was the Bears for some depth. Yes, we traded Daniel Jones to the Chicago Bears because here's the thing. Daniel Jones right now is a 72 overall, and I don't see his overall getting any better than it is right now. Getting Quinn Ewers in the draft in the first round last season, I feel like is an upgrade that we need. I know he's only 73 overall, but he's already looking better than Daniel Jones. And not to mention, Daniel Jones' contract was eating up so much of the cap that getting him off the books, it helped free up some cap space where I could actually bring in just any sort of other veteran players in free agency. But I really had to do it after the draft in order to fill up the roster. So Quinn Ewers is our starting quarterback. Okay, he played in the last game of the regular season last year. I put him in, and we played a game against the Bengals, and we were able to find a way to win that game. Granted, it was a game that was pretty tough, and it was a tough first start for Ewers. But you know what? The Ewers era is underway. He is going to be our quarterback for presumably the rest of this rebuild, unless there's a really, really good quarterback, and for some reason we have a way worse season, then yours may be a guy that is challenged a little bit, and maybe we look for a veteran who's going to be one of the top free agent quarterbacks for this next offseason, or we're going to look at the draft, maybe somebody like Drew Allar, well, not Drew Allar, maybe somebody like Arch Manning or somebody like that. I don't really know. It'd be ironic if we drafted Arch Manning, the guy that Quinn Ewers had to deal with at the University of Texas for several years of threatening his starting job. Just like now. So Ewers is our starting quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo, we signed him to be our backup because after trading away Daniel Jones, we of course needed a backup quarterback. So we brought in Jimmy G to back him up. Tommy DeVito was still here on the roster. I remember, I gave him a contract in the first offseason just mainly for depth, so we had a third-string quarterback, at least a backup quarterback that was going to be here for a few more years. This is an offense that we've hooked our wagon up to Saquon Barkley. Okay, 96 overall running back. Year 3, same formula. Hitch it up to Saquon and see what he can do. But we did draft Jalen Glover, a rookie out of Utah, in the draft. We needed a decent backup running back. And, Barkley, 7 years in the league. Running back lifespans don't go as long, so who knows. Plus, it'll help give him some relief that we have a very stable backup running back. We had guys like, Breida here before, and, Eric Gray, of course, has been here for the last couple of seasons, as well as Corbin. But drafting Jalen Glover, I think, was definitely a big help, and he's also a scheme-fit guy. Fullback, we have Andrew Beck. We've been going through a revolving door with fullbacks ever since the series started, so we're bringing him in on a one-year rental. And we still have Curtis Samuel, one of our big free agency signings from the previous offseason. And we also drafted Evan Stewart, rookie wide receiver from Texas A&M. Scheme fit guy, 78 overall. Even as a rookie, I'm expecting big things from him. We still have Wan'Dale Robinson here. He's kind of plateauing at a high 70 guy. And we still have, and we signed up Braxton Berrios for receiver depth to help out a little bit there. We still have Jalen Hyatt. We have Jalen McMillan, who we drafted a few years back, staying at a 72, but he hasn't really gotten much playing time. That's probably one of the reasons why he hasn't gotten any better. And we have Cornelius Johnson. Darren Waller is still our tight end, 82 overall. Josh Oliver, backup tight end, still is a guy that we signed as well. And Daniel Bellinger is our third-string tight end. Left tackles, offensive line is looking pretty solid. We have a 92 overall Andrew Thomas. And Jack Nelson going to back him up. We drafted him last year out of Wisconsin. Left guard Nick Algiretti. There weren't really many upgrades in free agency at left guard anyway, so we're going to rock with a 68 overall left guard. But we did draft Nick Beatty this season as well out of Georgia. I believe I've drafted him in a rebuild before, but I can't remember which one, out of Georgia. So we drafted him. Center, we still have Schmitz. 76 overall. We really couldn't do much better than him, but we did bring back John Feliciano, who we actually signed last season for depth reasons, but I decided to bring him back. Brian Douglas is a guy we drafted out of Ohio State. I believe he was our first round pick, if I recall. I don't think he was. He was a couple of rounds ago, but at 71 overall right guard out of Ohio State, not that bad. And of course, we still have Spragans, who we drafted a year ago. So our offensive line is getting a lot younger. We've drafted a bunch of guys. Evan Neal is still only 3 years in the league. He's only 24, 78 overall. We have a 68 overall Izundi. We've kept him around. Larry Ogunjobi was one of our free agent signings for this season. We also have John Morgan III, who we drafted last year of Arkansas. Alex Green. So we're getting younger at different positions. Chase Young, that was the guy we signed the previous offseason. He didn't really do a whole lot production-wise in his first season as a Giant. He's still plateauing at an 89 overall. Maybe he'll get up to the 90s this season. Expecting more things from him. Hopefully he does better this year than he did last year, because I really didn't see too much production out of him statistically, and a lot of our money is tied into him. And, 89 overall right ends, that was a big position we needed to fill the previous offseason. So hopefully I didn't waste a bunch of money by throwing a lot of money at Chase Young to bring him on as really one of the main faces of our defense. Because then again, unlike in real life, we didn't trade for Brian Burns like the real Giants did. Jordan Raleig's been here for a couple seasons. Jordan Burge is the guy we drafted a year ago out of Oregon. So we're getting younger there. Dexter Lawrence up to a 99 overall. That is really surprising that he's progressed that high. And we have DJ Davidson, of course. We still have Jordan Jackson, Perry, and Anthony Goodlaw out of Oklahoma. Ojulari, 77 overall. We have a 73 and a 60 left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker, Bobby Okiri, 90 overall. Really surprised he's gotten that high. DeMarcus McCoy is the guy we drafted to back him up. Thibodeau up to an 83 overall. So the linebacking core is looking pretty solid starting-wise. Corners, it could be better, but I really didn't see a big upgrade at corner during the offseason. So we're going with Banks and Jackson once again. And we also, of course, gave Jackson a contract the first offseason of this rebuild. Didn't really think that it was worth losing him. And we still have, Flott. We have Pride, who we drafted, although it looks like he's injured. I don't know what happened to him. He's our rookie out of Clemson. I think he was our first-round pick, if I recall. Hawkins, Hart, and Rashad Williams, Texas Tech legend. No, just kidding. Soft spot for him. That's why I've kept him here. Xavier McKinley, of course, is still the 87 overall free safety and 78 overall strong safety. So there's some positions that are still in the 70s. Oh, we got an 84 Harrison Butker as our kicker, and we got Corey Bajorquez as our punter. So, overall, there's still some positions that aren't as good that we're still looking to upgrade. But the main deal of this season, my expectations are possibly making the playoffs or maybe being at least at 500. This division is pretty tough. In the first 2 years of this rebuild so far, the Cowboys, Eagles, and the Commanders. Well, last year the Commanders were actually pretty solid. So, this division is pretty tough. The Cowboys and Eagles, I feel like for the majority of this rebuild, are going to be teams that are going to be at the top of the division. It's going to be really hard for us to overtake them. So that really makes things a little bit tough. And like I mentioned when I first started this live stream, in the past I've had kind of a no NFC East teams rule as far as teams that I pick to rebuild, because I am a Dallas Cowboy fan and I don't want to be rebuilding a team that's going to eventually overtake them in terms of like maybe one of the best teams ever. But because of the instability of the Giants with Daniel Jones, I decided that, I think it might be best to get a new quarterback, and that's where, of course, Quinn Ewers comes in. So this is kind of another rebuild centered around a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback that we're trying to build around. Kind of like Will Levis, although he led us to a Super Bowl title in year 2 with the Tennessee Titans. So we'll see how this goes. And we do have some injuries. We have Braxton Berrios out for 4 weeks with a broken toe and dislocated shoulder for Spragans for 1 week. Okay, well, we're in the last week of preseason at this point, so those guys can afford to take the rest of camp off. And we've lost our first 2 preseason games, not by big scores, and we have our last road preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's see how we do in the final tune-up game, and we'll get to the regular season. We'll get the draft class imported for 2026, and we'll get going with the 2025 season. And we won our last preseason game, so good on us. We got to make 7 cuts or put 7 guys on practice. So let's go ahead and get to all of these. I don't want to get rid of any of our quarterbacks. Can we cut Corbin? Will result cap space. You may. Okay, well, it won't be a penalty. So you know what? Look, Corbin has been here for a long time. We just got to cut bait with him. He hasn't really progressed at all, and we really haven't got anything out of him. I mean, I know he's barely played, but still. So in fairness to him, it is what it is. Cornelius Johnson, I'm going to risk putting him on practice squad. I don't really want to risk putting any of our receivers on practice and having them getting plucked up by somebody. Let's see about offensive line. We don't really have a whole lot of depth on the offensive line, like 3 guys at a position, really. So, kind of feel like I got to just keep everybody here. Yeah, offensive line has to pretty much stay intact. Yeah, I don't want to risk losing any of our defensive ends. Jordan Birch doesn't meet standards, I know, but we drafted him a year ago from... Yeah, although I think Goodlow is a guy that we can afford to put on practice squad. If we lose him, that's fine. I mean, 57 overall, I don't think a lot of teams are going to be chomping at the bit to get him. But Roderick Perry, the second, we're going to cut him. That leaves us with 3 defensive tackles, plus a guy on practice squad if we need to bring him up. Mosby, I think, is another linebacker we can deal without because he really hasn't done too much. He's really a backup guy. We have some right outside linebackers that really aren't that good. Justin Jacobs. I'm going to put him on practice squad. I'm pretty sure he won't be snatched up. Hopefully those aren't my famous last words. Rashad Williams is just a tech guy, so I kind of want to risk losing him just because I'm surprised he's in this game. I didn't think he would be in this game. He is supposed to be drafted this year, so... Let's go to some other positions here. Running back, we're good. What about receiver? See, these guys, I really don't want to put any of these guys on practice. Let's go to maybe the defensive line again. John Morgan III, we're going to put him on practice squad. We're going to take the risk of putting him on practice. Maybe somebody else picks him up, which probably may happen. Because I swear, my players that I put on practice squad, every rebuild, every team, they get snatched up within the first week of the regular season. But you got to get yourself down to 53 to start the season, so it is what it is. All right, so, well, fortunately, nobody has already been claimed from our practice squad, so that's a little bit of a relief. Go ahead and upgrade this guy, Owens. Oh yeah, we got to get our draft class in here. All right, let's go ahead and choose a local file. I think I have the 2026 draft class in here. Yes, I do. I'm going to go with the 2026 class. Let's go ahead and get them in here. Let's see who all's in here. Malachi Nelson, okay, he's a real player. Max Murphy, Arch Manning, okay. All right, gang's all here. The regular cast we're used to seeing by the time we hit the 2026 offseason. So... we're all good there. All right, so big game starting out week 1 against the Eagles. Let's simulate to the middle of the season and see where this team is at. Hopefully, we're not super duper bad because if I'm being honest, my expectations are we may miss the playoffs for the second year in a row, which would be a little bit disheartening, but based on the cap space we may get this next offseason, maybe we can finally make some more upgrades because, like I mentioned, Chase Young, we did pay a lot to go get him in the previous offseason. Just felt like that was a position that we really needed to fill. We needed it. We needed help on the defensive line, and we got it in the form of that. Of course, we have Dexter Lawrence in here, but we need edge rushers. We needed defensive ends. We needed to find another like Michael Strahan or O.C. Umenyiora, so to speak. So that's what I was going for when I was bringing in Chase Young. So hopefully we're not in that bad of a shape, and hopefully yours is not struggling too much in his first full season as a starter. I'm just hoping that the Daniel Jones trade doesn't look stupid considering what I decided to do with trading him and moving on to the young QB and yours for the future. Hopefully because he's starting, he's going to progress a little bit better in year 2, and hopefully he's not a guy that's going to be stuck in the 70s and not get up to the 80s or something like that. Now, I have played with Caleb Williams and Drake May. Those guys, of course, were rated higher than yours, so I kind of know how they progress. but yours, I don't really know how he progresses because I didn't really follow him with like other teams, and we never really ran into him, except for maybe one game. I feel like he played for the Broncos or something like that, and he did well in that game. And look at this, we're actually off to probably our best start of the entire rebuild. We're 5-2. The Eagles are 6-1, so they're doing a little bit better than us, but we're not too far off. But starting 5-2, that's better than where I thought we would be. And yours actually has gotten up a couple of points. He's up to 74 now. He started out the year at like a 72, 73, so he's getting a little bit better week by week. We did lose our last game to the Commanders, so now we got a game against a 3-4 Raiders team. Hopefully this won't be a letdown type of game. But first things first, let's get to negotiating and see whose contracts are up. We have $35 million in cap space, and Thibodeau is set to hit the market. Okay, well, I don't want to mess around. I want to see. Let's see about this neutral deal. Will you take that? Happy to sign. Okay, great. That did eat up about $8 million. So not the best. Okay, well, unfortunately, I think because of the receiving group that we have, I think Robinson is going to be expendable, unfortunately. Evan Neal, I'm tempted to maybe try to bring back. His interest meter is pretty low, and he's a 77. Maybe we can get better at that position in the offseason, so we'll probably look for an upgraded left defensive end as well. But you know what? But maybe we'll bring back our punter. And maybe because we're going to let Robinson walk, maybe we'll bring back Berrios for depth in the slot. And, maybe we'll do that. Maybe Beck, but we can probably do better in the offseason with getting a new tight end. We'll get a different backup quarterback than Jimmy G. Algretti may be worth bringing back for maybe 1 year. Yeah. The thing is, a lot of these guys whose contracts are up, outside of Thibodeau, who we were actually just able to give a 4-year deal to, a lot of these guys really aren't interested in coming back. I mean, Larry is interested. Braxton's meter is somewhat interested there. Bex is in the green. And Davidson's in the yellow. Algretti, yeah, I don't know. But some of these guys we can't really negotiate with, so I'll come back to some of these guys a little bit later on during the season. I'll think about it. Who knows? And then again, sometimes what happens during the season is that the interest bar goes up a little bit because we're winning. And look, we make the playoffs this year. That may be enough to attract somebody like Evan Neal for his meter to go up. And maybe he'll take a little bit of a cheaper deal that isn't going to break the bank for us. So I don't want to bank on that, pun intended, but we'll see. Well, we have a bye week next week. Let's see if we can get a win against the Raiders. They're 3-4. They have a 99 overall Max Crosby, who wins Defensive Player of the Year every year during these rebuilds. I swear, he always wins Defensive Player of the Year. And we got a win against the Raiders. We only won by 6. But now we're in a bye week, and we're 81s across the board. So we're looking pretty decent for right now. How do you thought this time to go? Playoff team, definitely. Based on the way that we've started at 6-2, I believe we're still at least in the fight. Okay, well, based on what we've seen the first 2 years of this rebuild, the Eagles just don't regress. I think they've been able to keep a nucleus at least, with like Jalen Hurts, a decent running back, and of course probably A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So the Eagles are going to be the team that I think is going to be winning the division or challenging for the title like every single season. So for us to win the NFC East during this rebuild is going to be pretty tough. But hey, I've won Super Bowls while not winning the division in these rebuilds before. So that's kind of what I'm banking on, if you will. But we'll see. First things first, let's upgrade Dable a little bit. This is ground and pound upgrade. Because Dable's tree really doesn't have too much to it. I mean, he has some decent things going on here, but yeah. And we're probably still going to keep rolling with Brian Dable, unless we just have an epic collapse this season. I might have just jinxed it, but I don't know. All right, well, let's go ahead and get through our bye week. I don't want to try any negotiations this week. I want to wait probably another couple of weeks until more of those guys that I'm looking at bringing back for depth reasons are available to negotiate with. So we're going to kind of simulate a couple more weeks. All right, well, we got a pretty tough matchup this week. We're going against a 6-3 Kansas City Chiefs team. They got basically the same record as us. I assume that, of course, Yeah, I just saw it on the screen. So Mahomes, of course, is still there. He's not going anywhere. So they're still a pretty solid team. I assume maybe they still have Travis Kelce and some of the other main characters on their team. We still are second place in the division. Cowboys and Commanders are both 4-5. They're only a few games back from us. So if we slip up for several weeks in a row, we could be out of the playoff race. But hopefully, even though the Eagles are 8-1 at 8-2, that still might be enough to crack the playoffs as a wild card spot. Maybe the final spot as a wild card team, but we'll see. If yours can somehow beat Mahomes and win this game, I think that'll be a big feather in the cap for him in his first season as a starter. But we got some pretty tough games coming up. We got the Eagles and the Cowboys in the next 3 weeks. So this will be a tough stretch for us. And we lost to Kansas City by 3. Not surprised. Focus player, let's go ahead. Oh, we got a new injury. Who's hurt? Hopefully nobody's significant. Andrew Thomas is going to be out for 3 weeks with a torn labrum. All right, and Wan'Dale Robinson is out again, and that's another. And if anything, that also gives me a legitimate reason to not want to bring him back. It looks like this year he's been injury prone for some reason. Dislocated wrist, out for 1 week. But God, Andrew Thomas out for 3 weeks with a torn labrum. That is not. That's not good. I'm thinking about maybe bringing in somebody to be. Let's go ahead and check the free agent pool and see if there's any decent left tackles available. Because the backup guy we have is that rookie. Well, he's not a rookie. He's a guy we drafted a couple of years ago out of Wisconsin. But we're going to bring in Donovan Smith. I know that he's not a super, high-rated guy, but 71 overall left tackle. We're bringing him in as a Band-Aid to help out with left tackle spot for a couple of weeks while Andrew Thomas recovers. Obviously, this means we're going to have to cut somebody or move them to practice squad for obvious reasons. So let's see how we can kind of maneuver that. Let's see. What about receiver? Yeah, I don't want to really risk any of that. May have to cut corner. It may be Rashad. Yeah, we're going to have to cut Rashad Williams. Love you, Rashad, but I know you're a tech guy. Maybe we can bring him back. I don't know. We probably won't. We just need to cut our worst corner. Kept him for, Texas Tech reasons, but can't be loyal at this point. We're fighting for playoff positioning, and we need a left tackle to be a Band-Aid for the next few weeks until Andrew Thomas gets healthy again. I know it's only 3 weeks he's going to be out, but we got a pretty tough schedule. We got the Eagles at home. This is the team that's leading the division. We get a big win in this game. That could be huge for us to fight our way into the playoffs. I mean, and also we got the Packers and the Cowboys in the next 3 games. I don't know what the Packers' record is, but I assume they're fighting for a playoff spot. And even though the Cowboys are last place in the NFC East, they still have a great group of players. And as long as they have Dak Prescott, they are going to be a challenge in this division with divisional games. So I'm not taking a risk of having our 92 overall left tackle being out and a guy in there that can't do the job. And I know that 71 guy is probably not going to do it, and oh my goodness, we beat the Eagles. Wow, we are 7-3 now. That is a huge, huge win. Unbelievable. Wow, okay, so we are now 7-3. We're still second in the division. I'm not going to say that bringing in Donovan Smith was the biggest reason we were able to pull this off, but I'm pretty sure it helped having a good, solid Band-Aid left tackle in there for the next couple of weeks. Oh, well, I was wrong about the Packers. They're 3-7. Wow, 83 overall team that's 3-7. Jordan Love must be having just a tough year. Wow. All right, well, let's actually kind of get to the negotiating screen here and see who we can look at bringing back. I know that Donovan Smith is going to be added to this list, but we're not going to worry about bringing him back. Evan Neal has gotten up to a 78, but maybe we can bring him back in free agency when we actually when everybody hits the market. But I don't want to spend a bunch of money right now. But Braxton Berrios, for depth reasons at receiver, since we're letting Robinson walk, I think it's worth it. $24 million still to spend. Not a whole lot of money, of course. I think we can get an improvement other than Larry at 75 overall at left end. Let's go ahead and bring back our punter, just because sometimes I don't like to deal with special teamers that are rated 81 overall. Oh, they will match this current offer. Okay, all right. Well, you know, Bajurowicz, at that price, you can just walk and we'll find somebody else. Of course, Donovan Smith. DJ Davidson is a possibility, but no, we're pretty good at defensive tackle. I don't think we need to worry about bringing him back. You know what? I'm going to bring back Nick for depth reasons on the offensive line, strictly for depth. No, okay, all right. Well, we're not going to break the bank on you, sir. You can hit the road. All right. Well, I think that's probably going to do it. Yeah, I'm not bothering with Bajurowicz. Yeah, I'm not bothering with the rest of these guys. I'm still considering possibly Evan Neal because I don't know how much better we could do. But based on the fact that his interest bar is pretty low, something tells me we're going to have to overpay to keep him. And I don't know if I want to do that. You know, I don't know if I want to do that. And I mean, based on all the money that we have into like Chase Young and Saquon and these other guys. So, yeah. And unfortunately, we dropped a doozy to the 3-7 Packers. We lost by 10 points to a 3-17. Wow. Well, it dropped to 7-4. We're still firmly second place. Cowboys are 4-7, but they still got, of course, a 99 overall Micah Parsons. So Dallas is no joke. You know, as long as they still have, you know, guys like Parsons and Lamb and Dak Prescott, they're going to be competitive in the division. So we can't overlook these guys. Let me see weekly awards. Did we have somebody win an award this week? We did. Okereke, middle linebacker, 13 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. All right. Good for him. Really surprised that he's progressed all the way up to being a 90 overall middle linebacker. I'm really surprised. I don't really know too much about that guy. But good that we have a solid linebacking core. We got Thibodeau, and of course we got I mean, our left outside linebacker could be a little bit better, and that may be a position I look to upgrade this offseason. But overall, you can't ask for much more right now, especially being 7-4. Well, based on the way things are kind of looking, first of all, actually look at the playoff picture because it's finally week 13, so the playoff picture is actually available for view. And we are in the picture as the 5th seed, so we're not at the bottom like the 7th seed like the Rams. So if we can stay at 2nd in our division, we can probably at least make it as a wild card team once again like we did in the first year of the rebuild, even when Daniel Jones and we had the same starting roster for 2023. Okay. Well, that won't mean too much if we drop a few more games in a row. Hopefully we don't lay an egg against the Cowboys. This will be a pretty big test because we got, I imagine, I mean, I don't know how the rest of those teams are doing, but I have to imagine the rest of the schedule is going to be pretty tough. Oh, my goodness. We lost by 24 points to the Cowboys. Wow. Yours has struggled the last couple of weeks, to say the least. Are we still in the playoff picture? We are, but we dropped to the 6th seed. We'll be playing Atlanta now at 3. Okay, well, we actually have a game against the Vikings, I think, next week. That could be pretty critical because right now they have, I think, they're locked in at the 7th spot. If we keep losing, we're going to be in trouble, needless to say. Oh, man. Seahawks this week, 5-7. Still outside chance competing for a playoff spot. They got a 94 overall Kenneth Walker. Hopefully we get them back on the right track this week. And we don't. We've lost 3 games in a row. And the Commanders are now 6-7. They're 1 game back from us. And we play the Vikings this week. What does the playoff picture look like now? We've lost 3 in a row. We're still in the hunt. Oh, okay. Well, the Seahawks beating us probably put them in the playoff picture to an extent. We're still locked into the 6th spot right now, even though we've lost 3 straight, excuse me. But things are getting pretty tight. Can't really afford to start dropping games right now. And this game against the Vikings, even though they're a below 500 team, is going to be a pretty big test for us. Come on, Ewers. Come on, Barkley. We need to get a big win in Week 15 against Minnesota. Need a big win here, guys. We lost 4 in a row. And we're out of it. We're out of the playoff picture right now. The Vikings, because of that win, they basically put themselves in the driver's seat. Wow. Well, let me tell you this. Based on the fact that we started 5-2, and we're now staring at a 7-7 mark, we're 2-5 in our last 7 games. That's not good. We can't end the season like this and somebody not get fired. And I'm looking at you, Brian Dable. I know I'm simming and everything like that, but coaching matters with games like these. At this point, even if a team has a below 500 record, that's still going to scare me. 6-8 Broncos, we're 7-7. We're not that much better than them record-wise. We lose this one, things are going to get dicey at the end of the season. Very dicey. I don't know if Russell Wilson's still on the Broncos, but okay, we finally snapped the losing streak. We lost 4 in a row, but we beat the streak. We only won the game by 7. We found a way to win. Did we put ourselves back in the playoff picture because of that win? We did. Okay, so we're in as a 6th spot again. So we fought our way back into the playoff picture. We still have, I think, 2 more games left. Yes, we have, and they're critical. We got the Cowboys this week. We lost to them a few weeks back. Evan Stewart has got up to an 82. All right. Rookie, he started out so to see him start as 79 and up to an 82, that's pretty impressive. He might be our new go-to receiver for now. I mean, this offseason, if we can get another big name receiver, I mean, Curtis Samuel was pretty solid, but if we can get a third guy, that would be a very unstoppable trio of receivers, along with the solid tight end Darren Waller. Although he's not really getting any better than being an 80 guy, and we have, of course, a lot of money locked up into him. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep Waller. When his contract gets set to expire, we may look to get a new tight end and upgrade that position. All right, well, back to football. 7-8 Cowboys this week. Oh, come on. We got to get revenge in Dallas. Stay in the playoff hunt. Come on, yours. We got swept by Dallas. Are we in it or are we out? We're out. And Dallas has overtaken us as the 7th spot in the playoff picture. Oh boy. Well, at the very least, we can finish this season with a winning record if for some reason we're on the outside looking in. Curtis Samuel is still stuck at a 79 overall, so Evan Stewart has already become our best receiver. You know, like I said, there's still positions on this team that need to be upgraded. We still have guys in the 70s and in the low 80s, and sometimes with big games against tougher opponents, your rating matters in that situation. But we've got our final regular season game against the Buccaneers. We win this game, we might possibly sneak into the playoffs. If we lose, we're obviously staying home, and there's no way. And we're going to finish with another sub-500 record, just like we did last season. All right. Well, let's get down to business. Let's go ahead and go with the current alternate classic, the current color rush. Let's go with those. Let's make sure the CPU uniforms are correct. Current away, current color rush, current away, current helmet, 2000's helmet, 2010's alternate, current helmet. Don't know why it's looking like that, but okay. Current color rush. Okay. Things are looking right. We're wearing the throwback uniforms for our last regular season game at home. Let's get a win. I want to see what I can do with Quinn Ewers in my second time actually playing with him in this game. see how good he is. I think we've only won 3 games during the back half of our schedule, so if we miss the playoffs and we lose this game by some stroke of bad luck, it might be time to move on to a new head coach.
From MetLife
Can't afford to lose this one.
New Jersey.
Bucks, I have to imagine, still have... Look, I saw Devin White in there, so I'm guessing they still have some of the same players as when we started this whole franchise. So let's get into it.
Yet here in this one. Let's get you into the action here early in this first
opening
quarter.
drive. Let's get going.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Come on, Stewart. Our rookie receiver up to 82 overall, making a move up to midfield already. That's what we love to see. Stewart has, great speed, and, he's already blossomed into basically our #1 receiver. This season he's probably on a tear. I don't know if he's up for Rookie of the Year, but we'll look at that menu in the offseason when it comes.
And he'll take this ahead for
Barkley, I still feel like that even though yours is our new young starting quarterback, this offense still has to run literally through Saquon. Because he can still do everything. First down, Saquon. Let's go.
7 yards there and a first down.
All right, let's actually alternate this to Dagger.
They'll set up to throw.
All right, Waller, nice grab. Get the first down. He's got it. Truck the guy. And got it. It's cold up here. It's January at MetLife. Playoffs or no playoffs, we're going to find a way to get the win here in front of the fans. Barkley gets us another first down. We're at 1st and goal already. We're having a great opening drive. We're not playing around here. We're not playing around. There we go, Barkley. Oh, down to the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Run the ball some more. Barkley for 6. Let's go. Just the way we wanted to start up the game. Bucks didn't do anything with their first drive. I'm going to actually pause the game just for a split second, guys. Just need to check something. All right, here we go.
It's in really good position. Can they finish the drive off? Let's find out. It's 1st and 10 inside the red zone.
Oh, boy. Here we go, Samuel. Nice grab for the first down. Probably threw it a little bit too tight in the coverage there. That was a really bit of a risky throw, but it worked.
And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Up the middle.
Barkley, run pass option up the middle for the touchdown. Spike that ball, boy. Let's go. We're 14-0 here to end the first quarter. Solid. Bucks coming back, though. Here we are back on offense.
Looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense.
Right, come on, Barkley, turn around. Oh my gosh, I threw it too quickly. That was my own fault. Right, at least we can kick a field goal from here. Oh no, coach is going to let us go for it. All right, well, you know what? We're not messing around. I don't know why I picked the pass play. Let's run the ball. Barkley up the middle. First. Ooh, said get off me. Barkley already over 100 yards rushing for the day in the first half. What a heck of a game he's having. And you know what? Let's keep feeding him. Hopefully we can run Saquon right into the postseason. 3 touchdowns in the first half for Saquon. Not done yet.
Saquon
hasn't really
offense
done
has
too
been
much.
clicking pretty well here in the first half. They've got the sizable margin. Now can they add to
Maybe
it
a
here
risk. We're going to take a
with
shot
final
here.
drive in the second quarter.
Come on, Samuel.
A shot for Samuel.
Come on, Samuel. Makes the catch all the way inside the 10. Let's go. We hit the bomb. Beautiful throw by yours. Great catch by Samuel.
Yards. A chance to really
Chance to get some points before the half.
Here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Stewart. Oh, the rookie dropped
That
it.
is
Oh, come on, Stewart.
Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw.
Going again to Evan. Oh, almost picked off by White.
It's going to wind up incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's
3rd and goal. Come on, guys. We can't stutter now.
They'll stick with the passing game.
Stewart with a trail route. Wide open. Touchdown. Took the hit. Held onto the football. Touchdown for the rookie. Let's go, Stewart.
With touchdown number 12.
Beautiful. Offense has been on fire in the first half. Starting to really run away with this one.
So the situation, it's third
It's
down
3rd
in the
and
third
long.
quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest.
Oh, come on, Samuel.
He's going to go for it all.
Samuel, touchdown! Another long bomb to Curtis Samuel. This time it's for 6.
Curtis Samuel.
Look at this. Look at this throw. Oh, the rainbow by yours. Woo! Perfect. Right on the money for the touchdown. Bucks got a touchdown to help out. Man, we're throwing bombs. We're slicing and dicing this Bucks defense.
This defense hoping to turn that 3rd down into 4th.
Come on, Samuel again. Great. Oh, thought he was going to be able to outrun the guy.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip.
What about 4 touchdowns for Saquon? Barkley get. Oh, ooh. Vita Vea said no. Okay. Wow. Ooh, that was a rough hit.
Here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more
Quarter beginning. We're going to start it off with a Saquon Barkley touchdown. Let's go. Going all out, you know, one way or another, you know, it'd be good to win this game. Playoffs or not.
Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Right. Down a bunch
First
here
time
in the
I played
fourth
defense
quarter.
in this game.
As expected, they're going for it.
Pick.
And it's going to be bad.
We were there.
And we'll go the other way with a football.
But we get the turnover on downs, regardless. So that's what I'm talking about.
Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to
Football,
get the ball back
get this
to
game
their
over with.
offense.
The running game has been great all game long. We've been able to do pretty much anything we wanted to this Bucks defense. Yours has had a great game, over 350 yards, 2 touchdowns. Curtis Samuel really played well in this game. I mean, Evan Stewart had some flashy moments, but Curtis Samuel really stepping up in this game with those long, long catches. Big time stuff. Stewart, another first down for the rookie. Let's go. I'm really excited that Stewart is already blossoming into a candidate for Rookie of the Year at the very least. So I'm excited for the future with him as one of our top weapons for this offense. We didn't need to bring back Odell Beckham Jr. for these reasons. And Barkley is in there again for another touchdown. Unreal.
Saquon Barkley, an 18-yard touchdown run.
What a night for Barkley. What a night for everybody. Fans, they're getting their money's worth tonight. This offense has been explosive all night long.
Already winning here in the second half, ball in the red zone.
Let's just kind of take our time with the clock, let it tick down. We're up by like 18 points right now. Bucks have tacked on a few late touchdowns, but it doesn't matter. 49 points. That's a pretty good. Amount of points. Well, it's gonna feel good for us to wrap up this season the way that we have. I mean, then again, possibly playoffs, but I feel like that it really depends on what happens in the rest of the league. If Dallas is losing or something like that's going on, that could be huge, but I don't really know who Dallas is playing. It looks like Minnesota did lose to the Lions, so I'm guessing that Minnesota may be out of the playoff picture by this point for sure. But I don't know about Seattle or Dallas and some of the other teams that were also fighting for the final wildcard spot like we are right now, what we've been relegated to. Because we were the 5th seed for a little bit, and then we were also the 6th seed. But now we've just regressed to being pretty much on the outside looking in, at least for now, as we get another touchdown with Barkley. So I don't really know what our fate is after this game. We'll take a look and see if we make the playoffs. We'll have our moment of truth. But we put up a 50-burger on the Bucks. 56-21 is the final. Curtis Samuel, Evan Stewart, Quinn Ewers. Our passing game was electric. Nobody could stop Saquon Barkley. I got to take a look at how many touchdowns he had because I swear he had about 6 or 7 of those things. I don't know what the Giants' record is for rushing touchdowns in a game, but Barkley might have just broken it. I'm just saying. I got to look at the final statistics before we exit out of this game because I want to see how Barkley did on the ground.
That is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless.
All right, let's take a look at
for the Buccaneers,
playoffs, player stats.
Be a 10-loss season as they
Saquon Barkley had 6 rushing touchdowns. So I want to look this up.
This was a
New
team that
York
really
Giants rushing touchdown record.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what?
Giants.
Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL
In
on
a
EA Sports.
game. Who holds the New York Giants rushing record in a single game? Let's see. So Tiki Barber has the most rushing yards for the Giants in a game with 234 yards versus the Washington Redskins, Commanders. Well, Barkley didn't rush for that many, but he had 3 rushing touchdowns in that game. No other Giants rushed for 6 TDs. So Barkley, he's got to have the Giants record for most rushing touchdowns in a game. 210 yards, 6 rushing touchdowns. Yours had, I believe, 3 passing touchdowns, if I recall. It might have been 2. Actually, it might have been 2 because Saquon had 6 of our TDs. But we scored 56 points against the Bucks. And thank goodness yours was hitting those long balls the way that we wanted to because he was on a tear. And we get a win to wrap up the regular season, but now we have to see what our fate is. Did we make the playoffs or we made it? We are in the wild card playoffs, and we are going to face the Detroit Lions on the road in the Motor City. We made it as the 7th seed. More than likely booted the Vikings out of the playoff picture because the Lions beat them in their game, and now we have to go play the Lions in order to advance. Okay, so finally, well, not finally, it's only been a year removed from the playoffs, the first year. So first year we made the playoffs, we were one and done with Daniel Jones at quarterback. We have a new quarterback in Quinn Ewers. We're playing the Lions on the road. The road to the Super Bowl starts right now for the New York Giants. So let's get into it. Let me see who else made the playoffs. Do we have 3? So 3 NFC East teams did end up making it. The Cowboys did make the playoffs as a 6th seed. So Eagles have the 1, and then we have the Cardinals at 4 and the Falcons at 5. Chiefs, Bengals, Bills, Raiders, Colts, and the Ravens and Steelers had the number 1 seed. That's a little bit surprising. They must have found a new quarterback. Because I assume it's not Trubisky or Kenny Pickett. So yeah. Let's view weekly awards. We probably had some guys walk over the awards. Barkley, NFC Offensive Player of the Week. No surprise. 6 rushing touchdowns. He had 1 fumble. I don't know when that fumble happened. 36 carries, 210 rushing yards, average 5 yards a carry. Solid game to end the regular season. But now we got to carry that momentum into the playoffs as we head up to Detroit to face off against the Lions in the wild card. So let's get up to Detroit. Let's get ready to face off against a tough, gritty Lions team that I assume is still coached by Dan Campbell. Hopefully he doesn't bite off our kneecaps. Yeah. I will say, Dan Quinn, what he's been able to do to turn around the Detroit Lions has been pretty amazing, because that franchise has been in such poverty for so many years, and the fact that they were leading the NFC title game against the 49ers, really I felt that if the Lions just kept doing what they were doing and they didn't try to get fancy with going for it on fourth down like Campbell always likes to do, Lions might have won that game.
From Ford Field in Detroit.
That's actually not Dan Campbell. I don't know who that is.
It's the NFC Wild.
Is that Matt Patricia?
EA Sports.
That must be a random coach. Dan Campbell probably must have gotten fired after the first year or something. That's surprising. All right, then. Well, let's start this game off right.
Opening drive, now second drive of the game, first for this offense, and what can they do?
So the Lions did not do anything on their first possession. Let's see if we can do something. Curtis Samuel starting us off with a first down catch. That's a good way to get things
going. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Saquon rushed us into the playoffs last game. Let's see if we can get a good running. Oh my goodness, no way. Saquon is loose. The sea open and he is gone. Touchdown Barkley. Wow, now that is the way that we wanted to start this game, with a bang. Just what the doctor ordered. We get another touchdown. We're up 14-7. Okay, well, Lions just came back. So now the game is getting a little bit tighter again. It's now third down and 7. Well, we knew this wouldn't be easy. You know, we knew it. All right, let's alternate to this play.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh my! That was my own fault. That was a terrible decision.
Linebacker Alex Anzalone.
Anzalone gets the interception. Bad throw by yours, but hey. Inexperienced quarterback in the playoffs. This is his first playoff game. This is the first playoff game for this group. You know, it's a new group.
2 minutes to play here in this first.
The Lions are in a 3rd and 20 here. 2 minutes left in the first half. I don't know how they got to a 3rd and 20, but let's see if we can get them off the field.
We'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime.
All right,
he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Get him sacked. Let's go. Got the big sack. Let's call a timeout so we can get some time back, so that way we can go down the field and maybe put together a scoring drive.
Giants going to go ahead and
all right. 1:47. We have 2 of our timeouts left. So let's see if we can get down the field.
Pretty efficient with their time here. Watch the clock.
Ah, Stewart couldn't make the grab.
He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They'll look to throw here.
Caught by Stewart, first down. Let's go.
And he'll be taken down,
go
but
hurry
not
up just
before they
yet.
work it across midfield.
Go normal for a little bit while longer. We got to get down the field. Decent pass.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Samuel, come on. Oh, that ended up being basically triple coverage. Should have lobbed it a little bit more. Samuel had a step on those guys. Might have burned them.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Catch over the middle, first down.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 39. Back to throw again.
Try to hit Saquon kind of out of the back door there, but the coverage was pretty tight, so I didn't want to take a risk. But the underneath route worked with Stewart, and we got ourselves another first down. All right, we're doing pretty well. We still have 45 seconds left to work with. I really want points here.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Caught. Touchdown, Evan Stewart. Oh, actually, no. Excuse me, Curtis Samuel. Continuing his hot streak in the playoffs, making big catches for us. Touchdown, Giants. Good way to end the half.
Time for this defense to try.
Lions are trying to do the same thing.
Here to defend a
20 seconds left.
Situation at their own 17-yard line. Looking left side, and he's got him in.
Make the tackle. Well, we did, but we let them gain 9 yards. Don't let him, shove you forward.
As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
In there, Lawrence. Come on.
Again. This is caught. Touchdown.
Yeah, they got a touchdown to tie before the half. Wow. We must have just let them down the field in like a couple of plays. That's a little bit discouraging if you ask me. In the third quarter here, in the 1st and 10, but they're threatening in the red zone.
We drop in on a 1st down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
False start, please.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen.
False start, yep, all right.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them.
Tampa 2, actually. I don't want to blitz.
Here's Goff.
A little short pass.
All right, shoved him out. He only gained the 5 yards back, but it's 3rd and long
still. Red zone just inside the 20. They'll give him 4 yards there.
Block.
And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Goff now to throw.
Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's in, guys.
Now Goff.
And Florida gets the touchdown.
It's a touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass.
The Lions just took the lead on us. Now we're in the 4th quarter. We got to tie this thing. Oh, man, we're back on defense again. Got them in 3rd and 7. We need to really get off the field here, guys.
Let's see if they can get that stop they need. Throwing on 3rd. Goff.
Wow, terrible throw by Goff, but I'll take it. Wow. All right. Okay, so we got the ball back. And we're in 2nd down and 3.
Back into the action. This offense coming up on a 2nd down and 3 to go.
We're in the red zone already. Awesome.
2nd and 3.
Get this thing tied up. Come on, Stewart.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Great. Tackle.
And
okay.
able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Awesome.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Here's a give to Barkley.
Barkley shoves off a man and gets him in the end zone. All right. Get the extra point and tie this thing back up. That's big.
Saquon Barkley.
We're getting the game's final minutes here. So the Lions are driving. Yes, they are. Okay, it's 1st down.
We drop you back in. Ball game tied. The defense with their backs against the wall. The football already in plus territory. Can they find a way to get the stop?
Gibbs straight ahead.
Ooh! Good tackle right there.
Up front. They're going to stop him right at the line.
Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop. Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Goff.
Are you kidding me? Oh, man, Laporta catching everything. Well, that's going to take them to the 2-minute warning. And they can just run the football and kick a field goal.
With 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
So
the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Here's 2nd down.
I think they're just going to run the football here. They're just going to want to get conservative and kick that field goal.
Gibbs. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again.
I'm pretty sure at this point that's what they're going to do.
A big play
Goff in the gun tells me otherwise, so I'm going to...
Now a fake on the jet sweep.
They did run it. Okay, stop him. All right, timeout. All right, well, now it's 4th down, so now they should definitely kick the field goal.
3rd and final timeout.
They're going to kick it. We can't ice them. We have no timeouts left. But now we just need to get down this field and tie it or win it. All right, this is where Quinn Ewers shows us what he is made of. This is yours' biggest moment of his career.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills.
Every play, we just have to get out of bounds.
You know they're both motivated.
We can't stop the clock for the timeout.
And they both have specific outcomes in mind.
But if avenues open up, Ewers can run it a little bit if he has to.
And which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
No, come on, no.
What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll look to throw.
That play. Barrios, come on. Get out of bounds. All right, awesome, wow. After that big sack, I thought we were in huge trouble.
That could wind up being the key play of the ball game.
Okay, all right. The clock stopped. Good.
You've got to keep them away from the sidelines.
Samuel, come on. Samuel makes the grab. Let's spike the ball. Hurry up.
Down inside the 20.
Okay, now let me tell you guys this. I still want to take a few shots.
All game long, that throw no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Stewart. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Stewart is my hero. Let's go. Beautiful pass from Ewers. And we've got the lead. Go for it all or nothing. Why not?
Well, this might be a no-win situation here. This defense powerless to stop the clock. This one might be just about over. Goff now to throw.
Incomplete. No roughing the passer call. I thought maybe we would get they would get it, but they didn't. Cover 2 man.
Surprised when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs
wow.
a few more to get
that touchdown by Evan Stewart still has me just shaking. I can't believe we were able to pull that off. Considering that we took a terrible sack to back us up to like 2nd and like 20 or something like that. And Braxton Berrios makes one of the clutchest catches you'll ever see in Giants history. And to set up Evan Stewart's touchdown. Right. Well, they still have timeouts left, so they can use them. They're going to use them. Okay.
The Lions now going to use the second of their
dropping guys in coverage. We'll take the underneath stuff. You can't let anything beat us deep. And we get another sack from Jared Goff with Dexter Lawrence. 99D tackle coming through. They took a timeout. This is their last play. Their last chance to do anything. Man up 3D. Cover D. Let's prevent a Hail Mary. Sorry, guys. God.
One last throw here for Goff.
Nowhere close to the end zone. This game is over. We're going to the divisional round. Let's go. We pull off an upset in the wild card round. Whew, this was a barn burner. This is probably one of the best this is probably one of the most intense playoff games that I've had in all of the rebuilds. Evan Stewart with one of the greatest clutch plays in the history of the Giants with the touchdown. With no timeouts left, we got it done.
You've been watching.
Unbelievable. Whew. Big time win to advance to the next round of the playoffs. Whew. Still breathing hard. Woo! Wow. All right, well, let's see what we got to do next. It doesn't get any easier, I have to imagine. Believe me. It took us everything just to win that game. I have to imagine that what's waiting for us next around the corner is it's not going to be a picnic. Oh, boy. Wow. We got to go and play the #1 seeded Eagles in the next round. They are the top dogs that we've had to deal with for all 3 of the years of this rebuild so far. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the playoffs. Chiefs beat the Bengals, the Bills beat the Raiders, and the Ravens beat the Colts. So it's Steelers, Ravens, Chiefs, Bills. We pulled off the upset against Detroit. Panthers beat the Cowboys by 3 at home, and the Falcons beat the Cardinals on the road. So it is the Panthers and the Falcons, and it's the Eagles against the Giants. 7th seed knocking off the 2 seed. Now we got to go up to Philadelphia and see if we can punch our ticket to the NFC title game. All Quinn Ewers has to do is beat Jalen Hurts. But for real, the Eagles, probably the best record in the NFL. We got to take down the best team in the league. No easy matchups here. So, you know, this is going to be pretty tough. Let's go with the silver away pants because we had the white ones on before. So let's do the gray pants this time for the road game. Going up against the Eagles. Giants, a classic Giants-Eagles matchup once again in the postseason. First time since 2022. 2022 was the Daniel Jones show. Not anymore. It's Quinn Ewers' time. Can Quinn Ewers do what Daniel Jones couldn't a few years back and beat the Eagles in the playoffs? Here we go.
Today, from Lincoln,
it's nighttime here at the Link. Nick Sirianni and the Eagles, best record in the league. Time to take care of business. It's going to be a tough one. Let's get it.
They'll start out on the ground.
Solid run by Barkley.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Stewart. Oh, what the?
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
You see, this is why this game is insane. Okay, first of all, I mean, two guys in the same spot. It's broken Madden, nothing wrong with that, but my intended target is Evan Stewart. But Robinson, who is probably not going to be a Giant next year, decides to get in the way with his helmet, hits the ball. This thing is stuck in the air on his helmet. Look at this. EA. Curtis Samuel, put your hands out and try to come down with that football. What a goofy freaking play. Let's just run it, okay? EA, you're gonna do that to me in this game? I'm not about that. That's ridiculous. I'm sure y'all have seen that animation before. I mean, seriously. The animations in this game are just ridiculous sometimes. And I don't understand it at all. Stewart, that time, makes the catch over the middle because there's nobody in the way. Gets the first down. Nice. Coming off of a clutch catch to win the game in the Lions game. Stewart again. Well, that's actually Samuel. Excuse me, Samuel. Redeem yourself for batting the ball away and not deciding to put your hands out to catch it.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many
on the
things.
out route. That time he made the... Oh, and he breaks away for the touchdown, redeeming himself based off that tomfoolery we had a few plays back.
A 20-yard.
We get a touchdown to kick things off in this one. Here come the Eagles.
Let's see what this defense can do here.
Same cast. They got Swift. They got Hurts. They got Brown. They got Smith.
And they'll send the tight end.
They got Goddard. They got everybody.
1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Very tough cast of characters.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
It's the best team in the league. False start, please. Give us a false start. Give it to us. Yep, false start on the Eagles.
This afternoon.
Yep, number 70, you done goofed.
As that one is accepted.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Uh-oh. Get hurt. Okay, at least we didn't get led with the first one. Good coverage by Jackson. Matching up against A.J. Brown.
Play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards.
I almost called him A.J. Hawk for a second. I don't know why.
Throwing his Hurts.
That's bad coverage.
And he couldn't quite get there.
He didn't get down in... I don't know who that is.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Guts. If they do the tush push, I'm going to...
After 1, 7-0.
All right, well, it's the end of the first quarter. They let it take down. Guts. All right, no Hurts under center, so I'm guessing no tush push here.
It's the Eagles
but you know what?
Here's Hurts.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Not giving me good coverage. I should have noticed those two guys on the outside. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. The weather here has been insane.
So here's the situation upcoming.
Third and
Second
one.
Quarter, third down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. They'll try to run.
Barkley gets off the man, and he gets
first down here as he's taken down.
Power
at the
football.
22.
Battery level's low with the controller. Hopefully, I won't be streaming for too much longer, and I can recharge the battery after this.
We jump into the action.
All right.
It's second down and 3, and the ball
I
in
want
the
to
red
change this
zone.
play. You know what? No. Let's not reverse. The PA.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. Throw right side.
Shocked we completed that one to Darren Waller, but I will take it. A weird, wonky play, but we get a first down.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
First and goal.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Oliver in motion. Backup tight end. Barkley for 6. Nice.
Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley.
And that gives us the lead once again. This is definitely probably going to be a back-and-forth affair. This may be the toughest playoff run I have to go on with any rebuild because all of these teams are really, really good. 3rd and 9.
Burt sets up to throw it.
Oh, that could have been a pick, but not in position. We're about to the end of the first half.
A field goal from here is 60 plus, so the offense stays out.
We have all of our timeouts left. There's 38 seconds and a half. Oh, no. He dropped. Oh, thank goodness. He was wide, butt naked, open.
They fake the punt. It doesn't work.
He was so open, and he dropped it. Wow, I was shocked. I thought for sure like he's gonna complete that. I tried to use it in the DB and get him to bump him and make it an incomplete pass, but he didn't get there in time. I'm thinking it's a completion, no doubt. And then Stewart out of bounds. There we go. Reserve those timeouts, boy. All right.
So here's the situation upcoming. Second quarter, 3rd down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt.
That was annoying. The freaking computer AI. All right. Well, let's try this again. It's a 3rd down and 2. It's the start of the 3rd quarter. We got control again. Let's get this.
On 3rd down,
Barkley, don't let him get you down.
And he'll be taken
first down. Okay, he got it. Barely, but he got it. All right, good. That's what we need. We just need a first down. Keep the chains moving. That's all we need.
So this offense looking at a 2nd and 4. The football inside the red zone. And look to throw.
Hands.
He finds his man.
But he only gained 20 yards.
No yardage to
decent hands. I mean, it was a decent play, but he just couldn't outrun the DB coming up to hit him.
For 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll look to throw.
Stewart. Forward progress. Oh, man, no. 4th down and 3.
Only a yard. 4th and 3.
the defense, you're more balanced
Coach is giving us the option
because you're able to keep your eyes on the
why stick? I want to mess around with a running play here because this defense is pretty good.
In front of them and stop it right at the line.
Campbell, open, Darren Waller, easy catch first. Thought about going for the slant route, but Darren Waller came open on a little short, quick route. Give him the ball. Just dump it off. We need to get the first. Waller's come up with a few decent catches in this game. He's been pretty quiet the rest of the times that I've played with the team. Barkley inside the 5. Solid.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
6 more points.
And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
Risk, we're going to run it
in
again.
this divisional round playoff, third and goal.
Barkley in for his second touchdown of the game. Let's go. Big time touchdown that we needed, and now we're going to go up by 11 with the extra. And we do. Fourth quarter, Eagles are down by 11, but we got the ball back. Start to ice it. This hasn't been a breeze, but our offense is kind of clicking a little bit right now. We're able to we might be able to preserve this now. We're almost there. Barkley over 100 yards. Solid day for him. First down. I don't want to be too aggressive, but I still want to be going for, something, First down to Evan Stewart. Basically, keep throwing the football. I'm just like running every play.
He's taken down at about the 8-yard
catch by
line.
Evan Stewart for the first.
Now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Oh, man, no way. Was that Fletcher Cox? No, that wasn't Fletcher Cox. Whoever 90 is, or Davis, he came up and just blew that play up from the start.
Second and goal here.
Throw the ball.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll
Waller, that was not the best thing I could have done.
off the toughness, but still corralled shy.
At least he made a one guy miss, but not able to break free to get to the end zone.
3 yards there on the completion.
If we have to settle for the field goal, I'm okay with that.
Now back to throw.
Grand touchdown, Evan Stewart. Let's go. Or Curtis Samuel. Then again, number 4 and number 1, almost the same looking numbers. I get confused. 28-10. This is do or die for the Eagles. Down by 18 points. This game is over. We've dominated the second half in this game big time. This is definitely a big time upset win, and it's incomplete. Jalen Hurts airmailed his guy, and we're going to take over on downs. We're going to advance to the NFC Championship.
Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting
we're going to run it. I mean, this game is pretty much over. I'm not even going to run. I'm going to run one more play. Even if we get some fourth down, it doesn't matter. We go on the road. We beat the Lions in an instant classic. We have a dominant second half against the division rival Eagles, the best team in the NFL in the divisional round, and we're going to punch our ticket to the NFC Championship game. Year 3, is this the year? So far, it's looking like that this is the year to complete the rebuild.
And now you
bring the Super Bowl back to the Giants for the first time since 2011.
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there,
this is one thing that I keep going through with my rebuilds. Eventually after I rebuild a team, you let me get into the playoffs with the squad that I have, and most of the time I'm going to go on a run. It's usually what happens. I get a chance to go on a run. I knock out, the wild card in the divisional round and eventually get to the Super Bowl and hopefully win it. I don't want this to be like another Raiders deal where I get there and we lose by some, maybe not the best decisions by me in the end, but going to the NFC Championship game. This is the first NFC Championship for the Giants since 2011. Yeah, it will be. All right, let's upgrade our players. And we are going to be facing off against the Carolina Panthers in the NFC Championship game. I assume by this point they still have Bryce Young, and I assume that Young has blossomed into a decent quarterback. And maybe the Panthers have some, decent players. I assume Brian Burns is still on their team. And, they got a 92 overall Derek Brown. I saw the previous screen. But Saquon won NFC Offensive Player of the Week in the divisional round. 134 rushing yards, 5 yards a carry, 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 catches, 36 yards. All on 27 carries for the game. Nice job for him. All right. NFC Championship game. Going up to Carolina. Another road test. Now we just got to see if we can beat the Panthers and get to the Super Bowl again for the first time since 2011 for the Giants. If we finish this rebuild tonight, I don't know what team I'm going to rebuild next. I feel I'm really kind of running out of ideas of teams to rebuild in Madden 24. Obviously I'm pretty excited for, my future gaming, if you will, because as I mentioned, my gaming is going to move to probably another console this summer. Yes, I am strongly considering getting a PS5, really for the reasons of getting the new NCAA game and bringing you guys gameplay from that, including a Texas Tech Dynasty mode and some other good stuff. But in the meantime, let's finish. Let's get back to the rebuild.
We've got a third down situation looming.
3rd and 7, and I thought that was about to be the end of the quarter. They get a first down completion to Mingo, I assume that's who it was. I rebuilt the Panthers a few series ago, and that took me getting Alvin Kamara to fix them up. I don't know who their starting running back is, but I don't think he's an OG, if you know what I mean. Get him down, guys. Bryce Young is zigging and zagging and doing all that random hokey dokey, whatever it is. I don't even know what hokey dokey means. I mean, maybe hokey pokey is what I'm going to say. I don't know. It's an old elementary song. All right, good. We finally stopped the rush. Sheila Hubbard didn't go nowhere.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't wonder how the Panthers rise has gotten to this point. I mean, it is 2025, so some teams are able to, spend more money and, upgrade positions. So hopefully we get a pick! Let's go! This is the first turnover I've seen us get this season. I mean, I know we've gotten turnovers, but that's the first turnover that I've been able to get. Our middle linebacker, Okafor, still don't know if I'm pronouncing his name 100% right, but we got an interception with our middle linebacker. Let's go. Took the ball away. Now let's go right down this field and take advantage of the turnover.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Here we go. Curtis. Curtis up to almost to midfield, but he got past the 40. Nice big play right there. First big play of the game.
He's off for 29 yards.
29 yards.
The 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Pass option. This is Stewart. Another nice catch and run. First down.
Past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. That's a strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Christian Samuel.
They'll set up a throw.
Didn't have enough time to make the play. Ryan Burns, a future Giant, gets the sack. How ironic.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. 2nd and long.
Samuel makes the grab. I thought that was a pick dead to rights. But he makes the catch for the touchdown just out of the reach of the DB for the TD. Beautiful. Panthers did score. Now we got a 3rd and 5 with the second quarter kind of beginning. Whoa. Okay. Don't fumble that ball.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line.
I didn't like some of the routes they were doing. I should have checked out of that play, but still got the first. All right, 3rd down and 3. This is a risk, but I'm going to run it.
Coming second quarter, 3rd down, and this defense
Dollar,
just trying to force the field goal attempt.
Yo, first down. Oh, good run. Good run.
Across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Double slant.
They'll set up to throw.
Stewart. He's in. Touchdown. There we go. Evans. Beautiful.
From 19 yards away. And the Giants have...
All right, we got the lead back in the second quarter.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their
we got
next
a long
drive.
way to go. Ooh,
Now the question,
I'm going to run
what do you
this
do
because
here?
I don't want to
Time's not
risk
really an
getting a
issue. You got over
safety
minute, but
here.
you figure from this spot, you
Unfortunately,
need a good 50,
Barkley
60
knows how to
yards
maneuver through
consider a
traffic.
field goal try.
Yeah, so
Let's
there's
go ahead and
optimism
go
there,
no
but
huddle
there's
here.
also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure.
We got a little bit of breathing room, so let's go with skinny posts.
Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
Another one of those bouncy plays.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd
Waller,
and
come
1.
on. Oh, come on. Make the catch.
Right there with him to force
Let's
that
just
to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down on his
from the
Corey
shadow
Marquez
of the
to punt.
in the end
He's
zone,
been a
and we get
busy
an
man here in this
extremely
first half
bad
as he gets
short
it away.
punt. Get him in the
And
short
not his
field.
best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just
All right, well, it's a game of moments.
This defense backed up.
They called a
now, so
timeout with
looking at
3
a
seconds
first and
left.
goal, just
They're going to
inside
probably
the
take
10.
one more
Now
shot,
whistles
or they're
and
going to kick a field goal. I don't know what they're going to do. Okay, they're going to kick a field goal. I would have probably taken one more shot, but, I mean, well, you know what? No, I wouldn't. Because you need points at this point. Points may be at a premium in this NFC Championship game. So
And that will do it.
I guess I don't blame Carolina for taking whatever they can get. Now we're in the 3rd quarter. Fortunately, the score's still the same. We're back on defense.
3rd down coming up here for
3rd
the
and
defense,
10.
trying to preserve a very slim lead in the 3rd quarter. Now
Around him. Oh, make that sack, Thibodeau. Let's go. Finally got home to Bryce Young. Beautiful. 15. They punted it to us.
Okay, now the field
All right,
goal
let's kick a
unit
field goal
out
with
on the field
Gano.
as they look to extend this 3rd quarter
Points
lead.
are at a premium. Come on, Gano. Actually, excuse me, Harrison Butker. We let Gano go. But Harrison Butker is true, and we get 7. And we got a 7-point lead here. 17-10, 3rd quarter.
A 3rd down situation
50.
coming up in the
ways to
3rd
go here
quarter,
for
and
this
this
one.
defense hoping to turn that 3rd down into
Let's go Tampa
4th.
2.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Okay,
Little
good.
short pass. This is Everett.
Stop short. There we go.
Short completion.
I guess they'll
just
kick a
4
field goal from
yards.
here, but I don't know. All right, they did, and they made it.
The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. 4th quarter, close game. 3rd down, here we go. Now Young.
Lawrence, get him! Got him with the sack. Let's go. Just what we needed. It's a longer field goal attempt. I guess they didn't go for it. They must have kicked a punt.
So the picture becoming pretty clear here. The defense just looking for a stop.
They're going to probably run it, so I'm going to send guys.
They would trail on the scoreboard. They're hoping to preserve this slim 1-score lead.
Well, that was a little bit.
They're going to get about 3 here
thought
out of
maybe
this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Second.
And while they hope
Is
to
what it
continue
is.
this drive,
It gave them
it's
some
really
breathing room.
already mission accomplished. They've given enough
2nd and
space now
7.
that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
Oh,
Young.
wait, was he past the line of scrimmage?
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard
Wait a
line.
minute, was he past the line of scrimmage?
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown.
All right, I got to take a look at this. I don't know if there's a way to see the line, Is there? Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. I don't even know if this is something that we could challenge. Okay, so that's where the ball was snapped. Okay, he wasn't past the line. It looked like it was for a second, but he wasn't. I just had to look.
This is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A first down throw for Young. He completes it to Jones.
Missed him on the dive.
Result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to
we have
go.
a 2-minute warning in this NFC Championship game, or we're about to. Okay. All right, now we do.
Fourth quarter.
We're still up by 4, but the Panthers are driving. All right. This is the most intense moment we've had since the Lions game. I'm getting similar vibes here.
Here's Young.
Although I don't think the Panthers' offense is as overpowering as the Lions, but it's still dangerous. But they need 7. They can't settle for 3. We just let Mingo run right through the defense.
Across the 45 before he's brought down. Plenty of time left, plus all 3 timeouts. Here's 1st and 10. Flushed out right.
Man, Bryce Young is making us look like
He's going to be able
idiots.
to pick up decent yardage. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game.
Get around him.
And it's a short one here, complete to his
Bryce Young
tight
slipping
end.
and sliding and moving around
He's
and
going to get out of
making the
bounds
plays.
with the first down. So that's
I
gonna
should
double
know. I
the
rebuilt the
pleasure for
Panthers
sure.
using
They get the first and save a timeout.
They have less than a minute to go.
That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
Oh.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Young to throw. And this is caught.
Oh, my God.
And they've taken the lead.
Oh, I thought he overthrew him. Oh. We have all 3
for this
timeouts.
offense. A field goal would tie, a touchdown would win it, but they've got to move that football. Good news for them, they do have all 3 timeouts remaining.
Timeout. Timeout.
All
right, we got another first big play that we needed. All right.
Being tackled in bounds, that clock is moving. 2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
I'm going to take a shot.
He's going to let it fly.
Got Stewart. Timeout.
What a catch. Now the Giants.
All right, well, now we're
use the
definitely in
second of
field
their 3
goal range.
timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18
That's what we
seconds
need. We
remaining.
hit the long bomb. You know what? We're gonna stay in this formation.
1st and 10 here.
But we are going.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Touchdown, Evan Stewart again in the clutch.
And they have taken the lead
Wow.
here in the final seconds.
You got to take the risk sometimes. You got to have balls. You got to have stones. And that's what we just did.
Panthers out there
And that
looking
might
to
have just
begin
sent us
their
to the
next
Super
drive.
Bowl. Evan
Good
Stewart
drive last time. Really
is the
effective
greatest receiver
passing
in Giants
football.
history.
Do you maybe mix
2
it up, now
playoff
go to the
wins that
ground
we've
game to
had.
surprise the
He's gotten the
defense a
go-ahead
little?
touchdown for us. And Bryce Young just did a stupid thing right there. He fumbles the football, picks it up, tried to do something himself. It's over. We're headed to the Super Bowl.
The Giants are the champions of the
Boy, it was
NFC,
bleak.
as we say
We
thanks
let up
for
that
watching,
touchdown with
and good
31
night.
seconds left. But we got right down the field within like 15 to 20 seconds, and we got the lead, and we held on to it, and we're going to the Super Bowl. Oh my goodness. This has been a roller coaster ride of a postseason for these rebuilds, for this particular rebuild series. Whew. Wow. Gotta calm down here. We still have another game to play. Whew. And I was thinking about just, this. You're in field goal range already with the long pass to Evan Stewart. They wanted me to run it, but I just felt, you know what? Let's take at least a few more. And we still had that one timeout. And if we don't get it, we can still try it again. But we didn't do that. I just said, you know what, screw it. This is a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Let's keep throwing the football. Let's try to get that lead back. We don't lay down. let's be weekly awards. Ewers, NFC Offensive Player of the Week, 270 yards, 3 passing touchdowns. He was sacked 5 times. That is concerning. But we're going to the Super Bowl. And it looks like that we are going to be facing the Kansas City Chiefs. And I don't know what their record is, but I'm pretty sure it's better than maybe even the Eagles. So I may have to stand corrected that maybe the Chiefs were the best team in the NFL this season. They were the AFC's #1 seed. We took out the #1 seed in our conference to get here. So, wow. All right. All right, so we got 18 points to spend here. We don't have enough for that. Let's go to our defensive coordinator. All right, let's go back to Dable, actually. See if we can do any upgrades with him. Oh, that's 20. It's 50. Yeah, we don't have enough. 18 points isn't enough. Oh, you know what? Let's go to the player personnel tree. I hardly ever go to this tree. I feel like I've wasted some. Oh, okay. So we can. Okay. All right. Draft day every day. Okay. Let me see. 4% trade discount for CPU draft picks. Okay. So that's for the player personnel department guy. I don't know who that is. I mean, I don't think they really identify that in this game. They identify offensive and defensive coordinators and head coaches, but not coordinators. I really, even back in the older Maddens, I just remember that, coaches were always real. I mean, I was watching, some gameplay of, like, Madden 2005 and all that kind of stuff, and they had, and even assistant coaches, they had them in the game. Guys back in the day like Charlie Weiss, and, even you could bring in, like, Mike Singletary or Junior Seau as a coach. I mean, seriously, some of the older features of the old Maddens on like the old Gen PS2 days that I remember playing, I just really wish that some of those features were still here because EA just doesn't care. They just put out a watered-down product that's just pick it up and easy to play. And I know they're trying to make it easier for everybody to play and pick it up and get used to the game. Hence, why I was able to pick up Madden. Pretty easy to play from, PS3 and PS4. Nothing really changed there. But still, I mean, you can give us some variation, And I think really with the whole new NCAA football game, it's just, I'm super stoked for that, even more so than even Madden 25 or whatever they're going to call Madden for next year, because they've already made a Madden 25 that came out in 2013 to celebrate the 25th anniversary. But people just want to play a different football game that EA Sports is putting out, because this is it. We're just so interested to see another game that EA is putting out that is completely different. It's a different league. It's a different, sport practically. It's college football. So everybody wants to get a piece of the action. Everybody wants to play something different than what we've been playing for essentially the last 5 years, 7+. Because the graphics have looked the same for the Maddens that I've gotten on the old gen, but I know that on the old gen, they're not putting anything new in this game. The whole Superstar mode didn't carry over from PS5. It's that face of the franchise deal. It's the same thing. Same deal. All right, whatever. Here I am still playing this game, though. All right, so let me take a look at the playoff bracket, and let's see how the Chiefs got here. So, haven't really queued up for the rest of the playoffs, but the Panthers did beat the Falcons to get to the NFC title game. Of course, we beat them 24-20 in another thriller. Ravens upset the Steelers, and the Chiefs took care of business against the Bills. So, once again, in another AFC championship, the Chiefs beat the Ravens. Mahomes once again beats Lamar Jackson, and it's going to be us and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And I'm thinking that this is Super Bowl 60, maybe? Because I feel like by 2025, it's always Super Bowl 60. So, we're going to go ahead and simulate through Pro Bowl week, because since we're in the Super Bowl, none of our guys are going to be on the Pro Bowl roster. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass Pro Bowl week and get to Super Bowl week. And we are on the verge of completing the rebuild. Okay, well, the Eagles actually had a better record than the Chiefs, so I stand corrected. They're 11-6. The Eagles were 12-5, so the Eagles were actually the better team than the Chiefs, but still, Chiefs had were the number one seed in the AFC for a reason, and we got to play them in the Super Bowl. Now let's check out yearly awards. Let's see if any of our Giants were in the running. So the MVP actually went to Jared Goff. He didn't really play like an MVP in the game. Well, he did. He did. He played pretty well in that game. But we took down the MVP in that game. Coach of the Year goes to Nick Sirianni. Of course, those are guys that are sitting watching at home. Those are two teams that we dethroned in the playoffs. Knocked them off the pedestal. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Saquon. Let's go. We finally have an Offensive Player of the Year in one of these rebuilds. Nice. Glad. I think the decision to keep Barkley in the end definitely paid off. There was no doubt we were just going to let him walk away. All right, so let me see if there were any other Giants in the running. Nope, no other Giants in the running. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. Thibodeau finished 10th in the running. Okay, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Evan Stewart finishes behind Drew Allar for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Well, Allar led his team to an 8-9 record. For a rookie, because the Vikings, I assume, are starting over. They were in the playoff hunt for a little bit. That's good for them. But for us, Evan Stewart, is the man. He's become our wide receiver number one. And, if we finish the Super Bowl, then the rebuild is complete. And he will finish as our best receiver on our team. Really shocked that we were able to get this far with what I feel, like I said, when I finish these rebuilds and win the Super Bowl, I always feel like the roster is still inferior. Like, we can make it even bigger and better and continue to win Super Bowls. But hey, my feeling is once I led a team to a Super Bowl that was a team that was obscure, the rebuild is complete. That's the end of the rebuild. But Evan Stewart came in second for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and no other Giants were in the running for that. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jeremiah Alexander of the Panthers. Toriano Pride and DeMarcus McCoy finished 9th and 10th in the running. Okay. Best QB, yours finished 5th. Best running back, Saquon, of course, finished number 1. Best receiver, Evan Stewart, 7th. Best defensive lineman, John Feliciano won best offensive lineman, excuse me. Okay, so he came in 6th. Not bad. Although he was our backup center. He must have played a bunch this season. Best defensive lineman, Chase Young finished 8th. Okay, well that's better than the fact that I didn't see him doing anything last year. So I feel like that move did pay off in the end. Chase Young has played better this season. Was in the running in the top 10 for best defensive lineman in the NFC, so that's good to see. Best linebacker, Thibodeau finished 2nd. All right. No other Giants, though. Best DB, nobody. Best kicker, Butker finished 7th, matching his jersey number. So we did have an award winner this year. Saquon Barkley was Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC. But overall Offensive Player of the Year, I don't know if he was overall Offensive Player of the Year. We're going to have to wait to see after the Super Bowl win or lose who won that. But let's get down to business. We have one more road trip, and it's to the Super Bowl to play Mahomes and those Kansas City Chiefs. Let's complete the rebuild. Let's give the Giants their first Super Bowl since 2011. So let me think. So let's see. If we win this game, that would make the Giants 5-time Super Bowl champions, I believe. Because it was 86, 1990. Yeah, it would be the fifth championship. 07 and 2011 be the first championship since 2011, which, based on the years that we're winning this for the 2025 season, that's a 14-year drought where this team has not seen this much postseason success until now.
Tonight.
And it looks like this Super Bowl will be played in, it looks like Atlanta. So we're playing at, I guess, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. 60. It is Super Bowl 60. Playing the Chiefs in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Atlanta Falcons. Super Bowl 60. Let's get it.
Time to jump into the action.
The Chiefs are already driving the football on us. We got this thing inside the 20.
At the 15-yard line.
And we get a stop on Pacheco with Dexter Lawrence. Really surprised he's gotten up to a 99. He's been on a tear as our best defensive player.
2nd and 9.
Getting Chase Young help too. Thibodeau's coming into his own.
Mahomes going to throw.
That throw by Mahomes.
Target and incomplete.
It's
been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Oh, get the sack, Thibodeau. Let's go. Jumped on Mahomes' back and brought him down. That was a pretty rough sack, but hey, no penalty there. Good, we forced them to a field goal. They obviously have no kickers. We got Harrison Butker now. But their kicker tacks on the field goal. They do go up by 3, so they do draw first blood in the Super Bowl. But opening drives have been a staple for us so far in these playoffs, so we got to continue that in this Super Bowl. Well, it looks like we didn't. And the Chiefs, once again, are driving the football on us.
We drop in on a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
Pacheco gets 2 yards there. I don't want to go down by double digits.
This is 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes.
Sack. Let's go. Let's go, Larry. Living like Larry. That SpongeBob reference that Patrick did.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey.
All right. Well, Kelsey. Okay, 4th and 2. At least we stopped him short, but Kelsey got a lot of those yards back. And they're going for it. Oh my Lord, sweet Jesus, they are going for it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'm singing right now.
Go for it on 4th down here.
Make the stop. Make the stop. Make the stop. Oh.
And try to push his way forward, but I think
he didn't get it. Let's go. We make the stop on 4th down. Way to go, D. That's just what we needed. What a better time to do it than in the Super Bowl. All right. On offense, 3rd and 11.
Third down stop.
Oh boy, this is not an ideal way that I wanted to start this game on offense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left.
Just run, Ewers, run! Oh my goodness, I can't believe I was able to outrun the defense. And I got the first. Wow. I really didn't want to give up the ball there. Oh, that was probably one of the most intense quarterback runs I think I've ever done in Madden. I was just so worried he wasn't going to get it.
Out of the shotgun, they run with
Barkley. Is he short? Don't tell me he's short. Okay, he's short by a few inches. Please let us go for this. Please let us go for this. Okay, they're going to let us go for it. Good. Field goal? No. We're going for it. This is the Super Bowl. This is Super Bowl 60.
They'll run for it with Barkley.
First down, Barkley. Let's go. Keep this drive alive. 2nd and 1.
So here's the situation.
2-minute warning. This has been a low-scoring Super Bowl.
Second down and 1.
We haven't scored yet, so this may be a points at a premium type of game, which I'm not the most excited about, but I just got to play things tightly and make sure that we are in position to win in the end. The coverage looked pretty tight there, so that's why I audible to a running play.
45 yards rushing now on 8 carries.
We can still do this.
They're going to look to throw.
What the freak happened? Barkley, why were you hung up behind the guy? Just go around him.
But the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
EA Sports, you've been playing me through some of these games, through some of these moments. Just like you almost played me there. Oh, we were that close to a yank. I don't know what that meant, but you know what I mean.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
All right, I'll admit, that was a bad throw. That was a bad idea.
Sure, he saw the free safety that time, but lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
There we go.
Kick here is good.
Kicking against your old team, tie it up. Maybe the best that we can hope for. But the Chiefs still have a minute and change left at the end of the first half. They got 47 seconds left.
Zone situation brewing. This defense on their heels a little bit as they get set to defend a 1st and 10 with the ball at the 16. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. This will be caught just inside the 10.
really got a pretty good
Now
throw.
another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
You know what? I think they're going to pass this thing.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Almost got a sack, but we forced the incompletion. Nice job.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions.
Definitely
and
not
fighting to keep them out of the end zone.
7.
As the first half winds down.
Was he out of bounds? Yes, he was out of bounds. No catch. Nice job, D.
Back-to-back incompletions.
Pressure on Mahomes. Force him to kick another field.
They're going to take another look
Oh,
at
wait a
this
minute. They're
play.
reviewing this. Oh,
He's
boy.
coming from the replay official here in the final 2
Don't
minutes
give
of
it
the
to him.
half.
Do not give it to him. Yeah, there's no way Tony
They're
was
taking a
in.
peek at whether or not those
There's no way
feet were in
Kadarius
bounds,
was
and
in.
obviously a big call
One.
here in the end zone.
But that toe was
Not just
dragging
the
out of
feet.
bounds.
How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Call stands, okay. No touchdown. Thank
Field
God.
goal
I thought they were
coming
about to
from
Mink
Youngway
Mill me. For real.
Left hash should be a fairly easy one here.
All right.
Knocks this one through the post.
Well, the Chiefs did get a field goal, but it wasn't 7, and we will take that based on, how we're doing so far.
Okay, the field goal.
We get a chance to kick a field goal.
To get 3 points here in the
This is
waning
a
moments of this
50-yard
first half.
Bucker. And it's
Butker's
good.
kick here is
So it's a
good.
field goal
And that will
duel
tie things
in
up
Super
at
Bowl
6-6.
60. I don't think this was on the Sports Writers bingo cards when this game started, but here we are in the third quarter, tied at 6. Third and 3. Any points are a premium right now.
Defenses have reigned supreme. Can the defense reign supreme once more?
Oh my, come on, just let me complete one pass. But Chris Jones said no. All right, but we can still take the lead here. 53-yarder though. Can Bucker make this one?
To their field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53.
Come on.
Butker's kick
53.
here is good.
No problem.
And they take the
9
lead
to
here. It is
6.
now 9 to 6.
What a very interesting Super Bowl. The kicker might be the MVP. Third down and
So a big
17.
third
It's a
down
long
coming
way to
up
go
here
from
for the
Mahomes.
defense, trying to preserve a very slim lead in the third quarter. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Pick! Let's go!
Be intercepted.
That's just the play we needed from our defense. Oh my gosh, how's it? Juke Mahomes. Oh my
And he'll take it across.
I thought I could juke Mahomes there still. We got a pick with Belton, our corner. Nice job.
A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this third down stop in the third quarter?
Robinson makes the catch down to the 5. Robinson hasn't really made a lot of noise, but he made some noise there. A halfback dive here. But just get in the end zone. Barkley jukes off a man, gets into the end zone for the first touchdown of Super Bowl 60. 16 to 6. Well, the Chiefs finally broke through as well. So now it's a game again.
So the task for this offense is preserving this lead. It's a tight game late, and the defense also, keep in mind, they do have 3 timeouts. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley.
Ooh, Barkley said, get off me. And he gets the first down. Nice run, Saquon.
Before being corralled.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
2-minute warning.
3 points separating these two
2
sides
minutes.
with 2 minutes
One
left
more
to go
drive to
in the
put
fourth.
this game on
Seemed like
ice.
a couple sets
We will
of
be
eyes
Super Bowl
were on the
champions, and we
quarterback,
will
so
have
he decided,
completed the
hey, I'm
New
going
York
to hand this
Giants.
off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage.
on,
But
guys.
every one of these RPOs, if you do it
No,
right,
oh,
and they
almost
look
a
the
first
same,
down
whether it's
run. He's
handed
1
off
yard
inside
short.
or the quarterback keeps it,
Chiefs have all well, they had 2 timeouts left now. They had 3 before that play.
Another yard would
Burn the
probably
rest
put
of the
this thing in the
timeouts.
books. It's
Burn
second and
the rest of
1.
their timeouts.
They'll go to Barkley again.
Barkley, first down, Barkley. Let's
Let's
go. Right on the verge. Almost there. Barkley might be MVP. He did score our only touchdown. He's got to be close to at least 100 yards by now. Oh my goodness, is he gone? He is. Icing on the cake. Game is over. 2 touchdowns for Saquon. He's locked up the MVP trophy. This game is over. Well, the Chiefs did get a touchdown, so they're only down 3. That'll make the score a little bit more respectable, but we get the onside kick. Anyway, Belton, the guy who got the clutch pick for us, recovers the football, and now all we got to do is walk away as Super Bowl champions. The New York Giants rebuild is complete.
Both defenses had some moments
Yes.
in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean
First
up on
NFC
film.
East team we've led to a Super Bowl. And another team that I'm thinking about rebuilding is the Washington Commanders due to just name change and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if I want to rebuild 2 NFC East teams in a row. Another team I'm thinking about rebuilding is potentially the New Orleans Saints. I know that Derek Carr is a decent quarterback, but they still have some holes that need to be patched up, so that may be my next Madden rebuild, but I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do, and who knows. I may want to take a break and do some different gaming like I did with the Grand Theft Auto stream, but I don't know. But in the meantime, we'll enjoy these highlights of Saquon Barkley scoring the only 2 touchdowns for us in the Super Bowl. He was the best player on the field today. Quinn Ewers, not Daniel Jones, is the one to lead the Giants to their 5th Super Bowl title. 147 yards, player of the game honors, MVP honors for Saquon Barkley. Andrew Thomas giving a little bit of love to Hardman. And we beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So we took down both number 1 seeds to walk away as Super Bowl champions. Quinn Ewers was the man to do it, but also that man right there, Evan Stewart, had 2 clutch last-second touchdowns in 2 of our playoff games. Really blossomed into our number 1 receiver. Obviously, pretty much set him up to ask for a big contract after having a stellar rookie year where he probably should have won Offensive Rookie of the Year, he feels. So he's probably going to be asking for a lot of extra money in the near future. But that's for another universe, and that's something that I'm not going to deal with because the Giants rebuild is complete. We've rebuilt the Giants into a Super Bowl champion team. Pretty interesting how this team came together. I thought that maybe I would stick with Daniel Jones, but more importantly, this is just another example of kind of like with the Tennessee Titans. If you have a dominant running back in the modern-day Madden, sometimes that can be enough to lead you to a Super Bowl. If you have somebody like a Derrick Henry or a Saquon Barkley, that can be a sole reason alone that your offense is pretty good. Because I think yours had a pretty good season this year. Obviously he wasn't really in the running for like best quarterback. He was like the 5th best quarterback in the NFC based on the ratings and everything like that. But the fact that he had probably one of the best running backs in the league to just, feel confident to hand off to definitely had to mean a lot to help his with his development, considering that last year, he didn't start until the last game of the regular season. I gave him a chance to see what he could do, and you know what? He brought it. And I think he's already up to being a high 70 guy anyway, so I'm really surprised I was able to do that much with him. Let's check out weekly awards. So Barkley, of course, won NFC Offensive, and we also had Thibodeau win Defensive Player of the Week for us. Well, of course, there's only 2 teams left playing. But 4 titles and 3 sacks. So yearly awards obviously are going to happen in the Super Bowl. So now let's take a look at the 2025 season recap and see overall what happened. So Saquon actually did not win Offensive Player of the Year. That went to Rashee Rice of the Chiefs. Not surprising considering the Chiefs were the number 1 seed in the AFC. And they were the best team in the league for most of the year. And this was a close Super Bowl. They gave us a scare in the last couple of minutes. But Saquon, I have to imagine, at least won NFC Offensive Player of the Year, if there is an award that exists like that. I don't know if there really is in real life. But he was up for an award, almost won it, but he walked away with the grand prize, Super Bowl MVP, and just like I thought, New York Giants are 5-time Super Bowl champions. So I want to take a look, actually, at the history here. So the Eagles did win the Super Bowl in the first year of this rebuild. We knew we had to take them down. And the Titans won the Super Bowl last season, and we took down the Chiefs this year. Because I wanted to double check and see, because I felt like the Eagles did win a Super Bowl during this rebuild that we've done, and of course they did during the first year, and we were able to dethrone them as champions, so that's pretty big. New ability unlocked. Let's see what this is. Looks like a new one for Evan Stewart. Wow, okay. Let's go ahead, and we have X Factor ability, max security, first one. Rack 'em up. Let's go rack 'em up. Can I change this? Okay. Up to an 86 overall. He has progressed into a great-looking #1 receiver. No doubt about it. Let's advance to the week, because I do want to see who retires at the end of this year. I want to see if any of our Giants did. Maybe Donovan Smith will, because we did bring him on as our Band-Aid left tackle when Andrew Thomas was injured for a little bit there. So maybe he'll retire as a champion, but we'll see. I'll see who retired from the Giants and overall who retired, if there is anybody. So Micah Hyde did retire. He actually retired a Tennessee Titan. Okay. CJ Mosley retired a Steeler. Aaron Donald went to the Steelers, and he retired there. Wow. Jordan Poyer retired as a Saint. Tyrann Mathieu retired as a Saint. Johnny Hekker retired. So did Andrews. So did Campbell. Pierce. Not really a lot of big names here. Jake Matthews is big. Bobby Wagner was an Eagle. He retired. So did Darius Slay. Zach Martin called it a career. Stephon Gilmore retired after not finding a team. All right. So let's take a look at the Giants and see if we had anybody retire. Based on the top list, I guess we didn't. But we had no retirements. All right. Well, nobody's walking away as a champion, but... I mean, I can't say that. All these guys are walking away as champions, but nobody's walking out into the sunset, having played their last game. So that's going to do it for the New York Giants rebuild. This one was kind of another short one, which is kind of about the range that we've been doing for these rebuilds. It only took us 3 seasons to rebuild the Giants. It only took us 2 to rebuild the Titans. Some of these have taken longer. I feel like the Panthers one took like 4 years. I feel like the Bears one took a little bit longer as well. But I feel like there will be a rebuild and it may be the Saints, or it may be like the Commanders, like I was talking about earlier, that may take us, more than even maybe like 3 or 4 seasons to rebuild them. I don't know. Oh, the Jets. That Jets one was like running a marathon. That was like a 5-year rebuild, a full 5-year rebuild. I think it was not till like 2027 that we won a Super Bowl with that team. So that took a while. And it took us trading to get like Dak Prescott and signing Travis Kelce in free agency and going like all in on like an all-star brand new team after Aaron Rodgers retired in that rebuild. I remember that now. Well, there you have it. So that's the New York Giants rebuild. Like I said, not quite sure what the next rebuild will be in Madden 24. Not sure if I'm going to do Madden 24. I may do something a little bit different, but I don't 100% know yet. But thank you guys for checking out the New York Giants Madden 24 rebuild. Appreciate the comments and the views. Y'all have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.